We've all been there. You wait years for a game. The trailers look insane, the devs promise a revolution, the hype reaches the moon. And then, the game drops, and it's a buggy, unfinished disaster. Instead of an epic gaming experience, you get glitches, broken mechanics, and missing features. In today's video, we're diving into the top 5 most disappointing game launches of all time games that completely crashed and burned at release. Some have recovered over time, but others, well, there's still a cautionary tale of overpromising and underdelivering. Let's get into it. At number 5, we have Anthem, a game that was supposed to be BioWare's next big thing. Imagine Iron Man-style flying, epic co-op combat, and a vast open world. But instead, we got repetitive missions, empty environments, and a loot system so broken it had to be reworked multiple times. Anthem launched in February 2019, and it was riddled with bugs, crashes, and performance issues, especially on consoles. The live service model meant content updates were promised, but they never arrived as planned. The game's story was hollow, the combat got boring fast, and despite BioWare's attempts to fix things, Anthem was officially abandoned in 2021. A game with so much potential. Wasted. If there's one thing we learned from Anthem, it's that a rushed live service model without solid gameplay just doesn't work. Battlefield has always been known for massive battles, destructible environments, and intense squad-based gameplay. But Battlefield 2042 took everything we loved and threw it out the window. When the game launched in November 2021, it was missing core features that had been standard in Battlefield games for years. No scoreboard, no voice chat, and even simple things like a server browser were gone. Instead, we got poor hit detection, unbalanced weapons, and a ton of game-breaking bugs. Fans were so outraged that the game's player count dropped below even older Battlefield titles. EA tried to fix it over time, but for many players, it was too little too late. Seriously? How do you release a multiplayer shooter without a scoreboard? Now, this one is a bit different, because No Man's Sky actually made a comeback. But at launch, it was one of the biggest disappointments in gaming history. In 2016, Hello Games promised a vast universe full of unique planets, multiplayer exploration, space battles, and deep survival mechanics. But when the game finally released, most of those features were missing. The multiplayer? Non-existent. The planets? Repetitive. And the gameplay? Boring and empty. Players felt scammed, and the backlash was so bad that the developers went silent for months. To their credit, Hello Games didn't give up. Over the years, they released free updates that actually delivered on their original promises. Today, No Man's Sky is one of the best redemption stories in gaming. But that doesn't erase the fact that its launch was a disaster. Okay, let's be real. Cyberpunk 2077 was supposed to be the greatest RPG of all time. CD Projekt Red promised a next-gen open world with deep customization, immersive storytelling, and unmatched eye interactions. Instead, we got floating cars, broken NPCs, T-posing enemies, and crashes everywhere. On PC, the game was decent, if you ignored the bugs, but on last-gen consoles, it was unplayable. Frame rates dropped to single digits, textures didn't load, and entire missions were bugged beyond repair. It was so bad that Sony removed the game from the PlayStation Store, and CD Projekt Red had to offer refunds to millions of players. While the game eventually got fixed, its launch will always be remembered as one of gaming's biggest letdowns. And at number 1, we have Fallout 76, a game so broken that it became a meme overnight. Bethesda tried to turn Fallout into an online survival RPG, but the launch was a complete disaster. The game was filled with bugs, had no human NPCs, and was completely empty at launch. Then there was the collector's edition controversy. Players who pre-ordered the special edition were supposed to get a high-quality canvas bag, but Bethesda sent them cheap nylon bags instead. The backlash was so bad that Bethesda had to apologize and replace the bags. Even worse, Fallout 76 had game-breaking bugs that deleted players' inventories, crashes that wiped progress, and a microtransaction system that felt greedy from day one. While Bethesda improved the game over time, its launch was one of the worst in gaming history. If there's one thing we learned from Fallout 76, it's that rushing a game out before it's ready never ends well. So, there you have it, 5 of the most disappointing game launches ever. Some of these games got better over time, while others, well, they're still a cautionary tale for developers everywhere. But now, I want to hear from you. What game launch disappointed you the most? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.